The revolution will not be televised. Hendrix rips apart Coltrane's tune into Stone's Can't Get No, and so it goes. The song remains the same. Bonnie Raitt playing the blues into Tom Waits, Talking Heads wrapping it up, same as it ever was, same as it ever was. If I had 20 million, would I get my face done? When I die, will I be bitter because of all I missed out on? To avoid bitterness, do people cling to spirituality and religion to be okay? How does a culture change from putting a priority on greed, consumerism, and possessiveness to a more gentle, compassionate, and gracious society? Kill media, shoot the sheriff, light shows in the attic, bottles of wild turkey, Al Green grooving on sexy love songs, but he can't do it anymore and turns to preaching. Rolling Stones suggesting our dance moves, LSD turning us on, laying with whoever was there. Aretha anthems for women singing for respect while they are forming the chain of fools. Bob Dylan is God pulling words from air, defining the generation of the 60s and 70s. Wherever his words rang, they rolled us like a rolling stone in white papers transformed into white powder and little white pills, while the Grateful Dead jammed and Grace Slick introduced us to the White Rabbit who said, "Feed your head." And Janis cried the pain we all knew, and we were comforted in hearing that everybody knows what's going down. While over in England, Layla danced with the low spark of high-heeled boys, Van Morrison sang of Madame George, and Dylan worked it out on Maggie's farm. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. Go ahead, take me to the river, skate away. And so it goes on for 4 or 5 hours and then 4 or 5 years until the man comes and tells you to play songs 1, 2, 3, and 4, and those old days go away, except for the moments of poetry that live in the hearts of those who heard. Bye-bye, Miss American Pie. I was there the day the music died. Like most deaths that I've come to know, it was a long and drawn-out death. Some attempts at recovery lasted almost a full year until the upstart, idealistic, never-say-die radio station changed format from free-form rock and roll to classical. And now that very same station that happens to be the station where I first heard Elvis and Buddy Holly in the 50s is an oldies station. The Joan Baez folk sound, the Grateful Dead San Francisco sound, the Pink Floyd English sound, the Allman Brothers Southern rock sound, the soft rock James Taylor sound, the R&B Motown Temptations sound, calling all sounds, replayed today at casinos and county fairs everywhere. Same as it ever was. You say there's going to be a revolution? Well, you know, we all want to save the world. The revolution is an evolution to re-evolve our volition. Now is the time for the second American Revolution. A revolution against corporate greed, against advertising by drug companies, against those we have elected to political power. A revolution that's an evolution of respect for individual differences. A revolution that's an evolution from gotta have it to don't want it. The revolution will not be right back after a message. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will be an evolution of the heart's response. There will not be a camera televising that shift in our hearts, but maybe a reporter discovering that this year 30 million Americans began catching rainwater in their backyards. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live. No, the Who won't get fooled again. Pink Floyd's Watching from the Dark Side of the Moon and David Bowie singing about those changes while we sit sweating under the July sun singing There Ain't No Cure for the Summertime Blues. So we go down by the river where Nina Simone shares the secrets of Leonard Cohen's Suzanne, and we watch as the world echoes the dive into drugs. So we change again and sweeten it up with some Sugar Magnolia from the Dead, or maybe Neil Young's Heart of Gold. The earth moves under my feet, tree branches dance with each other, while Lucy watches from the sky with diamonds. Vegetables breathe in the garden. Blacks and whites touch each other, exploring. Otis Redding sits down by the dock of the bay and James Brown's Sex Machine plays for 20 minutes while hips, feet, arms, and heads move all at the same time. Hey, L-O-L-A Lola, did you ever have to make up your mind? Say yes to one and leave the other behind? Is freedom just another word for nothing left to lose? Still thinking about that one. The world warms, the peace sign lives. While bombs are built, there are glimmers of hope from the young. The young, God bless them, seem to be getting it right. Madonna now sings American Pie, while Michael Franti observes that those who start wars never fight them, those who fight wars never like them. The Dixie Chicks memorialize the traveling soldier, echoing Creedence Clearwater's Fortunate Son, and G-War asks, how can you kill terror when you use it as a tool? So Joni's back at Woodstock singing, we've just got to get ourselves back to the garden. And Ani answers, nature is our teacher, our leader, and our lover. And God is just another story that we tell. No, the revolution will not be televised, but it will be live.